thank you all for coming out this evening to this, and special thanks to Carla and Nick, coming all the way from London. It's awesome, and to Anne, and to Bruce. I wish you were here with us if you're watching this. I'm going to talk about my adventures in digital video, how I got into making art on the computer, and a little bit about the how and the why of it. All my work is really about the landscape, and I call it a modern landscape because it always features some sort of strange technological thing, or it's shot from a point of view that you'd only have in the modern era, helicopter and airplane, or also, and the work that's relevant here because it's processed with the computer, making a modern image that you couldn't have had before. So it's my journey to the dark side. When I was an undergraduate, I swore I would never use the computer in my artwork, thought it was a terrible idea. I like to touch, like painting, charcoal, and I was a math major at Brown. I refused to use the computer as a math major, which even though I'm way older than the other presenters is already kind of an issue. And then I left. I graduated from school. My parents stopped sending me a check. I panicked. I got a job in banking. It was not the right field for me. And I began to use my computer there to do artwork when no one was looking because I could use programs like Photoshop. And if someone came by, boss, then I would just click and be in Excel and look like I was in the So I realized this after a while, and before I got fired, I left and started grad school at the Rhode Island School of Design and Painting. But I got back and I was ready to never use the computer again. I sketched up a huge canvas, started working, and I did something that I immediately regretted. I made a big red mark or something, and in my mind I thought, undo, step back and rethink that one, and of course nothing happened. And it led me to the beginning of a journey of trying to figure out how I could best integrate the computer and use the things that it does so powerfully, visual thinking, with traditional ways of seeing and making art. I ended up teaching at both Lucy and Brown, and I was looking for a textbook. There really wasn't one that combined the history, the technical things, conceptual and examples, and I ended up writing one, Computer and Visual Arts. And the quote at the top, as part of this book, I interviewed many artists, including the wonderful sculptor Michael Reese, and I asked him about his involvement with the computer, and he said, well, he sort of had mixed feelings about it. It was like it fell into a hole, but there was gold at the bottom of the hole. I was teaching in the visual art department and modern culture and media at Brown, but I slowly began going over to the computer science department, where Scott Draves also worked, the Computer Graphics Research Group. And I had a meeting with Andy Van Dam, who was a co-founder of the department. I was actually really scared. I thought his name was scary. There was another professor named John Savage. I thought his name was scary. I didn't know what computer science was. I literally thought computer graphics was like you knew the command keys in Photoshop. I had no idea. And so I went to meet him, and I saw his desk, and it was such a chaotic, crazy thing. It's actually a recent picture. It's always been like this. I thought, all right, maybe I could fit in here and do something. And so I published a bunch of academic papers. But after a while, just like with the banking, I realized it was a great job. I got to pick up cool projects and get funding and have amazing, talented students and staff work on them with me. But when the time seemed right, I left and rented a studio space in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, from there. And I didn't want to use the computer again, but I've been mousing now for decades, and I'm just going to do something traditional. I started drawing, pencil, pastel, charcoal. I didn't really know what to do in my art because I hadn't done it for so long. And I looked through my photo reel. I'd had a child, so I had a camera with a million photos. And most of them were her eating spaghetti or crawling around looking cute. And then I realized I had like 1,000 photos of the highway with cars on it. It was really the same things that I'd always done in my art, this modern landscape. And so I just took photos and I made drawings based on the photographs. And I was fortunate to be invited to Dubai with my husband. He was really invited. I was like the plus one. But it was a cultural weekend. And we didn't realize this at first, but it dawned on us, and this is the big thing about countries like Dubai, that they were paying for us to go. So we were very excited. And he said, so nice, they were so generous. I told them that we'll be giving them a gift of your artwork. I said, great, thanks for letting me know. And I said, what should I do? He said, just take something off the wall. But I really love Islamic artwork. I took a great class on it around because of my background in mathematics. I found the symmetry and everything about it, the order, the sort of quest for spirituality through order and mathematical perfection. Very engaging. I thought this is an opportunity to try to do something that's not so Western with 3D perspective. And because I was working off photographs, it had very, linear perspective type of space to it. And I began to make just still images using a plugin that only works in Photoshop CS2 and no further versions that makes a kaleidoscopic shape. And I was kind of entranced by it, and I made a whole series of prints, which I gave to the head of their media. And because it's basically a dictatorship there, he was like, you should be on TV. And then I got a call saying, come to the station at 6 p.m. I was in a different country at that point. I flew back, and I was on TV, and they wrote articles about me. So it was like a fertile area, east and west, perspective and pattern, traditional art, and this new way of working with the computer. I moved on in the computer world to try to work with moving images as well, since I was already processing in the computer. And I started out with a little pocket camera. I've since spent thousands of dollars on cameras, improving them. But that's when I began with. And I found that shooting with a camera video was completely different than taking a photograph. So if you take a photo, somehow, I don't know, it doesn't really interfere with your seeing the work. But to me, shooting the video was sort of all-encompassing, and it was more like almost a performance artwork where I was really in the space. It almost felt more like drawing to me, where you really see something in a different way because you put so much focus into it and observation. I should play this for you while I'm talking. And I learned all kinds of weird things about motion. Like I shot from the bridge into the highway because it was a good viewpoint for the kaleidoscopicness, but the bridges move all the time. You don't think about it, you don't notice it when you're walking, but when you try to remove that motion from your video, then you really know that it's there. And also people come ask you questions. So if you're just taking a photo, people don't really ask you why or what you're doing. But if you stand around shooting something that doesn't seem obviously interesting for a long period of time over and over again, people feel like it's their right to know you're there, what you're doing. And when you're shooting the video, you don't want to talk to people, so then you sound rude. I really liked the way it gave me this kind of semiotics of the highway. So I have an obsession with the highway, pulling out the yellow lines, the white marks. It was really exciting to me. So it's kind of like an action painting experience to me. Each piece that resulted was just one of many things that could happen, but they were all based on these experiences that I was having, shooting the video in outdoor environments. And the time of day was very important, the weather, point of view. So many locations I would go back over and over again and try to get, I'd work with it, so, if only I'd been across the street or it had been sunny or something. So I've shot many things over and over. I was fortunate to have a friend in New York with an apartment on the 45th floor of an old style building where the windows opened enough that I could actually get my video camera of the moment outside the window. And I kind of hung out there shooting video. Michael saw me, he's like, oh my God, do not drop that camera. You're gonna go to jail. And I don't know, became sensitive to the times of day and the light. And it really felt like painting to me. And I actually woke up at about 5:30 in the morning to get the sunrise, which for anyone who knows me knows like that's a sacrifice for my artwork. It's not my time of day. So some things like that I plan and go back over and over again to get exactly the right video. Other times you just don't know if something's going to help you. And as a work of art, maybe you're only there for a short period of time. I went to Bora Bora. It's very untechnological. I was not even going to bring a camera. Phil Shaw, my studio manager, he's like, you should bring the camera. When are you going to go back to Bora Bora? It's 24 hours of flying. So I was like, all right, pack the camera. And I just took pictures like a tourist. But of course I had to fiddle around with them in my computer. By this time I was also using custom-made software that I worked with a programmer. One thing I learned at Brown is that I'm a horrible programmer because I'm a slob. But I took enough programming courses to be able to speak to programmers. And and I have a great guy working in Orlando, and he made a visual interface for me that lets me control all aspects of kaleidoscoping things in different layers. So I started working on these and got totally into it, even though there's no radio towers or water towers or highways or anything visible. So it's kind of an exotic landscape series of videos. Some things I was able to go back over and over again. The sparkling water with the palms happened at exactly 3:30 every day, and I'd stand on a bridge and people would ask me what I was doing. And I also learned don't shoot video of people at a swimming pool at a resort on vacation. They don't like that. But it really opened my eyes to using color with the video and helps to that give me the whole kind of painting video connection that I've been feeling. I was fortunate to go back to Dubai, and a new part of the experience was a helicopter tour. So I got myself onto that. And I made a video that's all blue. You can see it on my website. I also chartered a helicopter for a commission piece here in New York, and that's my hook you can see with my Superwoman sneakers. They took the doors off the helicopter for me, and I was able to hang out there with the camera and shoot things. I went with the videographer who had a higher end camera and shot 4K video. But I was amazed. And this is the GE building. As you can see, it was actually on Thanksgiving Day. So you could see the parade and you could see all the people out there watching it. I felt like Homeland Security was a joke because I was flying all over Manhattan on holiday and being out of this thing. And they had just a little seatbelt. Like, not even like a harness, just like a little seatbelt on. It was crazy. So, moving beyond the kaleidoscope and trying to really understand this new medium that I had gotten myself into, I began working with multiple effects in addition to the custom ones, other things from program After Effects, and also integrating sound. The videos are very ambient, so they're meant to be played on a wall. They don't have a narrative or anything. So now we're going to see if there's sound here. You see this, and this is the one that's in the Lumen Prize exhibition. Can you hear anything? Not really.
There's a little knob on the right-hand side of that control board with the light.
Volume? This is sound taken from the video, and then other things are woven in different tones to try to make it a more multimedia, immersive experience. And by using other effects, I was able to take the water and not only reflect it and do things more kaleidoscopic, but get it to travel around in a circle. Yeah, that sounds too loud. And this is actually shot from a very tacky amusement park that I found on the highway in Illinois. So with my daughter, and we just pulled off to go, and there was a huge plastic fountain with fake gray plastic rocks, and there was a waterfall, and the water was colored blue. And so it seemed kind of magical to me in the way that amusement parks are for kids. So I wanted to try to capture that world in the video and transform it into something greater than it was at that moment. A little bit, you can see there is a kaleidoscopic part in the middle. And you'll also see some tigers appear because there were plastic tigers in the park. So you can see this large tomorrow night at NYDS. I've also worked some with, well, should I wrap up? I'll skip the video gems. I have some other things that aren't just on the wall, the shape of a gem or video print. And most recently, I put an image on the ceiling in my apartment based on photographs from Venice. So I'm looking through some installation works that involve wallpaper and the videos and other things together. Thanks so much.